Welcome inside the Spectrum here. Verl Johansson joined by Taylor Dittmar and Ellie Gollison. So we get ready for the first and only tri-meet here for Utah State as they get ready to face off against the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Ellie, Taylor, what are you guys looking forward to tonight?
I am just super excited for these girls tonight. It is senior night, so it's just going to be a great night, and I just hope the girls, go in with confidence, especially with the postseason coming in. It's going to be a really big meet tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think just taking it one skill at a time and focusing on each routine, and senior night's just a really fun night all around, and I'm really excited to see what they have.
Well, I mean, you look at the national qualifying scores, Utah State at 45, Nebraska at 38, Alaska down at 70. So obviously, for Utah State, it's going to be a good opportunity to compete with somebody with the higher NQS score than themselves. Nebraska consistently putting themselves right around that 196 score, somewhere where Utah State really wanting to be in those future years. Unfortunately for Utah State, they're going to lose a lot of seniors this year compared to only a couple, 3 for Nebraska, 1 for Alaska. I mean, talk about the impact of those seniors as they leave that program. I mean, you two were both on the gymnastics team a few years ago, right? What was that like watching the seniors leave and knowing that now it's up to you to kind of take that torch and keep it moving?
Yeah, I think it's just all in preparing, and the rest of the team will be able to take over. But it is an unfortunate loss, especially when there are a big amount of seniors as there are this year. But yeah, they have incoming freshmen as well that will help bring the team around.
And it's definitely that leadership that they bring, and I feel like that just fuels the fire for girls coming in the new freshmen coming in next year, of what that leadership looks like and kind of to continue growing as a team.
Yeah, you build on that each year, and then by the time you're a senior, you share that knowledge with the younger class.
7 seniors finishing their gymnastics career here in the Spectrum, at least tonight, with Carly Bales, Grace Rojas, Lexi Aragon, Maya Fishwick, Jessica Gutierrez, Sophie Sullivan, and Ariel Toomey, as well as one of the team managers, Daniel Barclay, all going to be honored tonight. 8 seniors here for the team. Big positive note for Utah State, Olivia Ostendorf, just a couple days ago now, she will be coming back for a 5th year next season. That'll be really huge for Utah State as well, having Ostendorf and Brianna Brooks in her senior year to help kind of lead this program into that 2nd year under Coach White.
Exactly.
I agree. I think it's great that she's getting experience with the current seniors and kind of getting a feel for Logan and Utah State, and by next year she'll be great, and she's already contributed a lot, so I think that will be awesome that she's staying for another year.
Exactly, and I mean, Brianna Brooks is from the team last year winning that championship, so she's got a lot of knowledge for this team coming in, and they're both going to be great leaders for next season. Now,
the way a tri-meet works, a little different than a dual meet. We're going to have a lot of action going on at once. We'll kind of draw your attention. Just like that dual meet, it's going to be shotgun style. 6 gymnasts per team compete in each event, where the best 5 scores count, and the lowest is dropped from the event total. After all 4 apparatus, the team with the highest cumulative score is going to win. So Utah State's going to start in that traditional vault, bars, beam, and floor. Nebraska is going to start on the floor, followed by the vault, bars, and beam. And then Alaska going to round us out, starting on the bars, then heading to the beam, the floor, and finishing on the vault.
And all teams will be going at the same time, correct?
Correct. So you're going to have a lot of action. We'll try and guide you through to the gymnasts as they're going through, kind of the ones that catch our attention. You might have us talking about a couple different ones at the same time. There's a lot of action going with the tri-meet. We'll try and keep you up with the best.
A lot of gymnastics going on in the Spectrum tonight.
Now, a couple interesting notes as far as these 3 teams. You've got a couple people within each organization related to other ones. Robert Ladaney spent the last 3 seasons in Nebraska working as an assistant coach, helping them on the vault and the floor, getting him up as high as 8th on the vault and 12th on the floor nationally. Now he's here in his 1st year with Utah State and under Coach White, as well as Grace Rojas and a friend, Haley Perkins, were both coached by Sandra Perkins in Ontario over the offseason. So those two will be seeing each other again for the first time in what might have been a long time. Kind of fun to connect with some of those gymnasts that you've worked with, competed with, and competed against over the course of the years of your career.
Oh, for sure. We're feeling the love tonight in the Spectrum.
Definitely.
Touch period just about wrapping up here as Utah State, Nebraska, and Alaska all getting ready for one of their final meets of the season. Utah State will head to Cal next week for a quad meet with Cal, Ohio State, and Stanford. Alaska, this is their last meet before the conference tournament. And Nebraska, they have just, I believe, one more meet, or this might be it for them as well. They've got one more meet with Denver and Air Force next week in Nebraska before the Big Ten Championship. So really important, especially for Nebraska and Alaska, to try and pick up their road scores as they try and qualify for nationals.
Exactly, yeah. Regionals is a big meet going into the postseason. So, yeah, just bringing up those NQS scores in order to get into the regionals competition.
Definitely, yeah. And they've been building each meet, you can tell.
Looks like we're going to start with Nebraska on the floor.
Getting senior night started off on the floor. Starting with a round-up backhand swing double pike.
Beautiful landing. And we're looking for controlled landings on floor. And a controlled lunge is perfectly fine, no deduction on that landing.
So this is Katie Keeneman.
Front lay, front full, second pass. Great landing on that.
Sophomore out of Longview, Texas. Really getting things started off with a bang for Nebraska.
Awesome,
you see a couple people
Yurchenko
going.
full.
Jessica Gutierrez with a solid performance on the vault there, and Alaska on the bars as well. A lot of excitement from the Seawolves after that first performance from Alaska.
Last pass for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. 1.5, punch leg, buckled knees a little bit, but she pulled it around. Great routine.
Peyton was the first one on vault for us, not Jessie. She will be back on bars for us.
That was a great start for the Aggies. Looks like she got a 9.8.
Chelsea coming up on vault. Great half.
Look at the emotion and excitement from Coach Smith,
awesome.
or Coach White, excuse me, from Chelsea, from everybody around her.
She's been working on that vault.
That's the best vault I've seen it from her, so that was really awesome to see.
Chelsea Southam, hometown hero, you could say, from Heber City, Utah, freshman here, first year at Utah State.
Yeah.
Teammates look like they're
vault.
really excited with that.
Here we go with Alaska on bars.
Mount to high bar. Beautiful cast handstand. Giant full to Tkachev in between the bars.
Great connection.
Oh, got a little bit stuck right there, but she continues going into the bail.
Just the dismount left. Blind front giant to double pike. Wow.
Great routine.
That was Alyssa Manley out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, sophomore for the Seawolves. Heading back over to the vaults. Jenna Eagles getting ready to take off for Utah State.
Coach giving her some last hype words before she gets ready for this vault.
Now, Jenna last week had a career best of a 9.725. She has just been continually rising on this event.
Hallie Rourke getting started on the floor, but here comes Jenna Eagles.
Wow, beautiful Yurchenko full.
Yeah, that's probably the best I've seen her do.
That's definitely the best I've seen her do as well. She's definitely cleaned up her legs a lot, and that was going to be a great vault for the Aggies. Double tuck started off on floor.
Rourke, a sophomore out of Waverly, Nebraska.
Really getting into her dance on floor, gearing up for her second pass.
Alaska on bars, lined. Wow, to Pike Yeager, very nice.
Round up by canceling double pike on floor, great landing. She slid her foot a little bit on that lunge, but that was a huge double pike. She had a lot of power.
We got a Seawolf stuck on the bar. She's recovering pretty well, though, able to pull herself up and get back into it. As Brianna Brooks getting ready to take off on the vaults.
Here we go.
Beautiful Yurchenko full for Bree.
Yeah, just that slight hop back, but great form and technique.
Always a great way to start off as the lone all-arounder, I believe, tonight.
Her form is really good on vault. Always super clean, tight legs together. Great to see.
Couple scores to come back in. Peyton Gatzloff getting a 9.8 on the vault for the Aggies. Chelsea Southam getting a 9.7. For Alaska, Alyssa Manley getting a 9.525, and Rachel Decius getting a 9.4. None of the scores have come back in yet for Nebraska on the floor. Jenna Eagles also getting a 9.7 on the vault for Utah State.
Aggies have had a lot of diversity on vault. They've had a lot of different people go in and out of lineups, so it's great to see that people are stepping up to the plate and doing their thing.
Now, Olivia Ostendorf is getting ready to take off on the vault as well. For Alaska, we have Haley Perkins, excuse me, getting ready to mount the uneven bars. And senior Kylie Piringer from Ramsey, New Jersey, waiting for the score to come back in to get started with her floor routine.
Olivia has been a standout on vault. She received a 9.9 last weekend, and
Huge.
I wouldn't doubt if she gets it again.
Full to a stuck landing. That was super clean. I didn't get any deductions from my end. I could be biased, though.
So the Aggies quickly through their first 5. Brianna Brooks getting a 9.775. So currently their lowest score is the 9.7s of Chelsea Southam and Jenna Eagles.
And that'll be a big score from Ostendorf.
So that'll definitely help boost the total score for the Aggies. Only Angel Stewart left for Utah State as Piringer is getting started on the floor.
First pass, round up by cancering, double tuck. Great landing.
Here we go with Alaska on bars. Nice handstand. Free hip, right to a shapash. Beautifully done. Just a little bit of leg separation there, but great connection.
Round off 1.5 to a layout. Super clean.
Angel Stewart getting some chalk on her hands before getting ready for her attempt on the vault. Little step forward on the Alaska dismount. Here's Stewart.
That was a great full Yurchenko. A little pike down on that landing. You can kind of see her chest is a little bit down, but very clean vault.
That'll be another good score. Solid start for the Aggies.
Ellie, you were right. Ostendorf score coming back at a 9.85.
Oh, so close to her personal best.
Awesome. Last pass, double pike. Another great landing for Nebraska.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that.
That was really clean.
So Utah State all done on the vault. All that's left here in the first rotation is Alaska on the uneven bars and Nebraska on the floor.
Vault's a quick one.
Emily Walker scoring a 9.250 for Alaska on the bars. A couple scores have come in for Nebraska on the floor. Keeneman getting a 9.65, Rourke getting a 9.775, and Peeringer just finishing up her routine, so we're waiting on her score to come back in as the judges deliberate.
Yeah, Kylie is a standout on floor. She received a 9.925 last week, tying for second against Michigan, so we should be seeing a good score.
Up next for Alaska on the uneven bars is Paula Ruano Burona, starting off on the high bar.
Jaeger to start off, cast handstand. Pack, a little bit of a leg separation. Gearing up for that dismount.
Line full to double tuck and stakes the landing. That's exactly what we want to see going into the postseason here.
Really happy with that. Great routine for Alaska. Run up, back handspring, full in. Big first pass.
Good start for Martina Comine.
She's
Lot
a
of confidence
great
here.
performer. Beautiful leap series.
Yeah, Nebraska's definitely known for their floor. They have a really strong floor squad.
Comine is one of two gymnasts on Nebraska's lineup from Italy, the other being senior Clara Colombo.
We love to see the diversity. She's really getting into her dance as well as her teammates. And off 1.5 punch layout. A little bit off-centered, but dances out of it very well. Great routine for Nebraska. That'll be a big score.
Couple more scores coming back in. Peeringer getting a 9.825 on the floor for Nebraska. Perkins getting a 9.675 for Alaska on the bars as we're moving our way along through this first rotation. You can see on your left there, Alaska's Allie McClure getting some last-minute coaching just as she gets ready to start her performance. She'll be the last of the Alaska Seawolves on the bars tonight. And here she goes. She gets the green flag.
Yeah, that anchor's position is really important. Kind of ties the knot on the event and brings up an additional score if we need to drop one.
Currently, their lowest is a 9.25 from Emily Walker.
Holds on to that super tight.
Shapash.
Bale was a little bit short on that. Getting ready to gear up on that dismount. Giant full to a double tuck.
She was right there on that landing, just a slight step to the side.
A lot of excitement from the Seawolves as they finish up their first rotation on the bars. Now they just wait for the Cornhuskers on the floor. Here's Sophia McClellan.
Nebraska has been so fun to watch on floor. They really get into their dance and have dynamic tumbling. First pass, front double.
Sophia's really strong on this event too. She received a 9.9 last week, so we should see big things from her today.
Second pass, 1.5 punch layout. Huge height on that.
She just floated, really.
Beautiful late series.
last breath for her last pass.
Round off 1.5 to a stack jump. Great landing.
Yeah, that was a solid routine for Nebraska.
That'll be another big score for them.
So Martina Comín getting a 9.85 for the Cornhuskers.
Yeah, and as
Only
you
Emma
can
Spence
see, yeah.
remains for Nebraska. Go ahead,
No, you're
Taylor.
good. As you can see just with the scores, like it's continuing to grow. That's exactly what you want to see in a lineup.
Ruano Barona earned a 9.6 on the bars for Alaska. Still waiting on a score for McClure.
Looks like there was a big score for Nebraska. Let's see if we can see what it was.
A 9.35 coming in for McClure for Alaska to finish them out.
And a 9.925 on floor. Wow.
Huge score. Well deserved.
Now Emma Spence also got a 9.9 last week, so we should be expecting a big floor party coming for us.
Spence, a sophomore out of Ontario, Canada.
First pass, front tuck, step out, round out, back handspring, double tuck to a great landing.
Yeah, she's definitely showing off this routine.
She's really getting into her dance.
Wolf turn there. You don't see that often in college
That's
gymnastics.
tricky.
Great switch leap, 180 split.
Getting ready for that last pass. Last pass for Spence. And up back handspring, double pike. Another great landing.
Yeah, chest up, controlled lunge.
This will be another huge score for the Huskers.
Yeah, what a way to end the floor.
A lot of excitement from Nebraska. Final scores coming in for all teams other than Nebraska. We're going to wait on Spence's score, of course. As it stands currently, Utah State a 48.85 on the vault. Alaska getting a 47.55 on the bars. And not even including Spence's score, which I imagine is only going to take them higher. Nebraska's currently at a 49.025. I would imagine the score of Keeneman is going to get dropped to the 9.65, and Spence's score will replace it, bumping him a little higher. But really some fun, stellar performances from all three sides here in this first rotation.
Great start for senior night.
We'll be back with more for the starter rotation 2 right here on the Mountain West Network. Welcome back inside the Spectrum here for rotation 2. Nebraska leads all teams at 49.3, followed by Utah State at a 48.65, I believe, or is that an 8.5?
8.5.
48.85, thank you, and then followed by Alaska at a 47.55. Interesting note on Alaska, that is the second highest score they've scored on the uneven bars this season is a 47.55. The only time they scored higher was a home meet against William & Mary's at a 48.025.
Yeah, that's great to see, especially coming in at the end of the season, that we just keep building. That's exactly what we want to see.
So rotation 2 will see Utah State on the uneven bars. Alaska going to move over to the balance beam, while Nebraska is going to be on the vault. Another thing to note from that first rotation, 2 Nebraska Cornhuskers set career highs as Sophie McClelland and Emma Spence both earned 9.925s. They both hit 9.9 4 other times, and here in the Spectrum, they hit their career high at the 9.925. Get started off here on rotation number 2 with Jessica Gutierrez.
Great start. She's hitting all those handstands, focusing on those details. It's going to be a great routine and a great score.
Double out to a stick.
And a stick for senior night. Oh, that's awesome to see.
I mean, that feeling.
That's all you want. That's all you want.
You're just looking for that feeling.
Here's Nebraska on the first vault.
Great start.
Yeah, just a little bounce
That
on
was
that.
really clean.
So that was Sophie McClelland.
That'll be a great score.
Here we are with Alaska on beam, switch half to straddle jump. Oh,
Holds on,
slight balance check on that.
manages to stay on.
It's Montana Fairbairn for the Seawolves from Alberta, Canada. Score coming back for Jessica Gutierrez, a 9.775, just shy of her career high to 9.825.
Yeah, that's a nice start for the Aggies. We just got to keep building from there.
Getting ready for the dismount. Front fold to a stuck landing.
Yeah, great start for Alaska on beam.
Another Yurchenko full. Slight hop back, but that was super clean in the air.
That was Katie Keeneman as Grace Rojas gets started with her routine on the uneven bars.
Yeah, our 5th-year senior here.
Another senior on senior night. Great bail.
Here we are gearing up for the dismount. Beautiful handstand. Grace is known for her handstands on this event.
Big double layout. Slight hop back, but great routine.
Yeah, Grace is definitely reliable on this event. You can always count on her to hit, and to hit well.
It's always good to know that you can rely on your teammates and know that they're going to hit and score well.
Up next on the vault for Nebraska is Aisha Hall. Score for McClellan coming back at a 9.85 to start the Cornhuskers out on the vaults. Here comes Hall.
Big Yurchenko full. That was huge. She got a lot of height on that.
The height on that vault was incredible.
That was huge.
Avery Bibby getting ready to start her routine on the bars. As well as Mackenzie Robinson for Alaska on the balance beam.
Looks like they're just waiting on that score on Alaska.
Score coming back now for Alaska's Fairbairn, getting a 9.675, and the green flag given to Robinson to get started. Bibby on the uneven bar, started high as well.
Big Takachev.
Free hip. Transition to the low bar, very nice, bail to handstand.
Beautiful handstand.
Robinson fell off the balance beam. That's going to be a big point deduction as she hops back on.
Gearing up for the dismount, double A to a stuck landing.
Again, it's just copy and paste with Avery. She brings that same routine back every single weekend or every single week.
And that's got to be such a confidence booster for this team, knowing she's a freshman on the team.
I was just
that's
going to
be here for 3-4 more years.
That's great
She's
to
only
see.
going to get better.
Robinson
you can
finishing
tell
up
that
her
the
routine.
Aggies are focusing on their landings and hitting all